In the second half, the Australians fought back, but when the full-time whistle went, New Zealand emerged victorious 16 points to 14. There'll be a second clash between Australia and New Zealand at the Papakura camp next Wednesday. Wadestown, Nio, Khandallah are well-established Wellington suburbs. They should be. A book just published is a unique account of one of New Zealand's first colonies. Baz Tubert met the author to see how things have changed in the northern suburbs since 1840.
Julie Bremner has called her book Wellington's Northern Suburbs 1840 to 1918. Her family is descended from early settlers who arrived in New Zealand in 1842. They would have known the road we're walking down. Originally, it was a Maori track used for over 100 years before the first settlers arrived. Today, the old Parirua Road is still in use, sitting right beside the Nio Gorge Road. Julie's been studying New Zealand history for the past 10 years, and she's also editor of the quarterly magazine, The Onslow Historian. Julie, why did you decide to write about the northern suburbs?
Well, Baz, I had all the photograph collection at my place, and I was the only one who'd seen it in order, and I thought if it were put in order in a book, everybody could share it, because it's been collected over years, and I decided it was really wonderful and worthwhile.
What was the most difficult part about writing it?
Well, I had a lot of information from lots of different people that had to be put together, and to get the right balance, there was so much material we had to work out what to leave out, I suppose.
Julie, things don't seem to have changed very much looking at this photograph in the old days.
No, we can still see World Street over there. When the Pākehās came, they decided this land should be country sections for cropping, but Wadestown was very quickly subdivided into quarter-acre sections. The little old house Crofton in Nio has its original staircase. There are quite a lot of original windows and old panelled doors.
This is how Johnsonville village looked in 1904. In the early days, it was covered in bush, and families came out from town to work in Frank Johnson's sawmill. Where the church stands today was the Army Stockade, built to protect settlers from marauding Maoris. This two-storied home is typical of Edwardian houses built in Khandallah at the turn of the century. Lochiel still stands at Box Hill. Its first owner was Morris Cameron. It was a very pleasant life. The homes usually sat in 2-acre gardens with croquet lawns and tennis courts. And Cameron himself was a great amateur photographer. These are just a few of the hundreds of shots he took. Only 10 minutes away from the gracious early Khandallah homes is Ohariu Valley. Unlike its neighbours, the valley has remained a rural community, having little contact with the city. Pioneers settled here, extended their farms and stayed the rest of their lives, like Warren Bryant's family, who have farmed here since 1860. Warren has something on his farm which is unique to the whole Wellington area.
Yes, I found that about 40 years ago after a heavy flood.
What exactly is it, Warren?
Well, it's called a corduroy, and it was used for snagging logs down the gully, and this is so the ends wouldn't dig into the mud. So they laid these little white pine half rounds right down to snag it down.
Now, who would have done this?
Oh, a chap named Wackrow had the mill, so I suppose it was him.
And that's the big totra logs up. You've
on
still
top
got the
there.
stumps up there.
Yes, up on top.
And cut them?
Yeah.
Drag them down
Drag
or just
them
shoot
down.
them straight down the hill?
No, drag them down.
Drag them down.
They wouldn't run down there.
Julie, you must have been very surprised and happy to have found something like this, a bit of history, you know, which has only just become uncovered.
I think it was the most exciting find, and I think it's very rare in Wellington. And amazing to think that these hills were all covered with huge totara, isn't it?
Yeah.
And that bullocks pulled them down this gully to take them to the mill, and then the timber had to be gotten to town from there. Another terrible trip.
Yeah, it was.
Very isolated, really.
Now, your book only goes up to 1918. What's going to happen after that? Are you thinking of writing another book?
Well, we'll try and put together a collection on the 20s and 30s, what was called the Between the Wars period, the short skirts and the short hair and dancing with Charleston. So we'll see. I don't know if there's any material, but we'll go and have a look, see if we can find them.